This is the Transformers, the Last Night Premier Edition Voyager class Megatron. The figure is part of the second wave of these Voyager class figures. Premier Edition for the new Transformers, the Last Night movie toy line. Here's the packaging, some artwork here and there. Very nice artwork right there. Okay. Sorry. All right, on to the figure itself. Oh my goodness, I'm not going to talk about too much about gushing and all that because it is an absolutely magnificent figure. There are some parts here and there that are undesirable, but overall, I am loving this. You know, a lot of people have been picking up the leader class figure more than the Voyager, but I say the Voyager is definitely worth the pickup, let alone just as a Voyager class figure. Because wow, the plastic I believe is a much higher quality, not higher quality, but I think the grade, the color, I think suits Megatron better than the leader class. We'll talk about the leader class when I do review it, but the leader class figure has a lot of these silver paint weathering that I'm just not a bit a fan of, but this one is very clean, and I like that. And I love the tone, the gray tone of this one, and it's just amazing. Before we talk about anything further, let's talk about comparisons before I forget. Let me just stand him up. Okay. So he stands roughly 7.5 inches tall, just under 7.5 inches. And here he is with the other Voyager class figure from Wave 1. And they scale nicely together, and I'm sure in the movie Megatron is a heck of a lot bigger than Optimus Prime. It seems like it, but if you're displaying them on the shelf, they look great together, about the same size. Optimus is a little bit taller because of his horns and these, but bulk wise, scale wise, yeah, very awesome. And I am just enjoying this new bad guy figure because from Age of Extinction we get this very forgettable character and toy, Galvatron, and he's done some upgrades, and as you can see, he's armored up. He looks like a knight. He turns into a jet instead of a truck. Well done, Hasbro, and maybe big thanks to Michael Bay for making sure that the new Megatron figure, the Big Daddy, was going to be super awesome and wicked, not like that Galvatron. So very nice. He comes with his this is his new sword, axe, whatever. It's like a blunt sword that has like an axe or like a pendulum type of axe blade. Very nice. I'm liking it. It's like a melee type of sword. Okay. He does the only accessory he comes with. He does come with molded in. It does move, but it's sort of stuck on his arm like a fusion cannon. I'm guessing this is the classic Megatron fusion cannon, but it's a little bit smaller. I wish it were bigger, but because of transformation, I think they had to make it smaller. So that's nice. His armor is asymmetrical. You can see some spikes here. There's no spike there. There's a little bit of a hinge covering here, and this one is a bigger sort of shoulder armor. He's got these thruster looking parts on the side skirts of his armor, which are not really thrusters. If you get him into jet mode, they seem to be the jet intakes, or they could be the blasters. I'm not sure, but they're definitely not the boosters, because the boosters or the thrusters are right here, energon boosters. So he's got lots of detail, lots of that medieval armor looking type of detail and sculpting. At the back, you get a lot of hollow pieces, which is, well, it's the backside, so nobody really cares. You get a lot of hollow pieces right there. But overall, the silhouette, the sculpt of this Megatron is very nice. And I guess the highlight of it has to be his head sculpt, and it's just looking so menacing. Welcome back, Megatron, not that Galvatron head that we... yeah. If you're looking through several on the pegs, make sure that the gold paint apps are the ones that should be neatly painted and evenly painted. It shouldn't be lacking anywhere here and there, especially here on this part. So other than that, great paint apps. It's a great sculpt. It's a great new look for the big baddie of the Transformers universe. I'm just loving it. Let's talk about articulation. His head is on a ball joint. He's got a swivel shoulder that goes in and out as well. He's got a bicep swivel, hinge elbow that goes more than 90 degrees. He's got a hinge wrist because of transformation, ball hinge hips, thigh swivel because of transformation, hinge knees again because of transformation, a little bit of a calf hinge because of transformation, and you guessed it, ankle rockers because of transformation. And I love it. The transformation allows for a lot of articulation. Now, one crucial bit of articulation that's missing is the waist swivel. And you know what? I can imagine why they did that, because this piece would just hinder any waist swivel that they would put there. So I guess they decided, let's just save money instead of putting a useless waist swivel. So okay, I get it, Hasbro. But a waist swivel would have been nice. But having said that, despite not having a waist swivel, as you see in my opening pose, you can still get him in dynamic poses because the limbs are ultra posable. Okay, so that's that. Let's get him transformed before we lose and waste any more time on talking and gushing over this magnificent figure. Okay, the sword incidentally will store on the back like so, which is fine. Okay, let's remove that. To transform Megatron, he does not have the faceplate gimmick or whatever, not like the leader class, so that's fine. Decepticon symbol right there. Transform him. You gotta fold up the fusion cannon off to the back. Fold the tip right there. That'll prepare it for transformation. Fold the wrists inward. Like that. Rotate the head. Actually, rotating them should be the first thing you do. And then this one, the nose cone and the canopy of the jet should just clear the head just like that. Make sure you, when you transform it, don't put it like this first, because you're never going to be able to do that. So you have to do it in an arc motion like this, just right, so that it folds neatly and flush. Okay, so that's that. Just move these out of the way. Let's move the side skirts, the samurai armors, off to the side. They should stay in about that position. Attach the chest pieces like so. And then this is kind of tricky bit. The fusion cannon will fit inside the space, so you do that first. That's what you want to do first. And then there is an ultra tight joint right there for this peg, and make sure all the joints are perpendicular so that they tab in easily. It's easy to tab it in. It's a bit of a pain just to get it out. It's stuck on real good. So you just have to pry it open to do that, but you can't get stuck. Okay, so tab it in. Make sure everything's flush before you fold down the chest pieces, the pecs onto the side, and that will form like the rear part of the jet. As I mentioned, those are the thrusters. Okay, onto the rest of the transformation. The legs, you're going to split them right about small 25 degree angle. Rotate the thighs. Go ahead and open the wings. Now don't worry about alignment right now. They're gonna level out as you finish transformation. Okay, fold the feet downward like the rocker joints, and then you're gonna bend this calf hinge, and there's a tab right here that's gonna tab in right there. So make sure you shoot it and swing it just exactly where the tab is. You can overshoot it, but the tab's just gonna go there. You don't want that. So just exactly, or yeah, you could do this and then just find out where it is and just do that. Okay, now the wings, the legs, you're gonna fold it this way to give room for this piece to fold backward like that. Make sure it's flat. You'll know it's flat if you can tab in the front skirts easily onto the arms. So it's a nice locking mechanism. It's pretty solid. And these, they just stay right here. Don't worry about tabbing in anywhere or anything like that, because these grooves are going to be tabbed into these pegs right here. And these, essentially, the side skirts with the fake boosters, are the ones that's going to keep the jet mode very, very stable. So just find that tab it, and then just line up the legs if it's not tabbing squarely. And there you go. There is Megatron's jet mode, Cybertronian / Earth type of jet, because the wings kind of remind me of Earth wings, even the cockpit, but it does feel Cybertronian, kind of like Cyclonus. The sword or the weapon stores this way to be inconspicuous. If he's gonna go attack mode, you can probably store it reversed like that. You can slash as he's flying through, or you can put it right here. Can you? Yep. If he's like flying and slashing through the Autobot or something, that's just stupid. So this is the best way to do it. There are no, oops, sorry, there's no, that's my bad, I wasn't looking. No moving landing gears. There's like built-in stilts or sort of landing gear that allow you to sit Megatron in jet mode. So, size comparison, here he is with the evasion mode Optimus Prime. It's okay, he's a little bit smaller. I mean, if this is a truck, he should be like about this big, about the leader class. But as a Voyager, he's not bad. I'm happy with the scale. I'm not too picky about it. So, there you go, folks. I absolutely love it. And again, just final thoughts on the jet mode. Look at this. The boosters that I thought were boosters look like intakes, or intake manifolds just for the thrusters, or they could be those like blasters, like big ass blasters with Megatron. So, jet mode, very, very nice. You get to see more of that gray metallic, that very muted type of metallic gray on this figure. A little bit of gold paint here and there. Wish the gold would have been much brighter instead of very mustard looking like that. The bottom side looks great. It compresses nicely, it folds up, covers up a lot of the places it needs to be covered. Very, very nice. Just a wonderful, wonderful job on this Voyager class Megatron. Well done, Hasbro. Well done. Figure is obviously going to get a 10 out of 10 for me. I mean, don't snub this figure. I mean, everybody's after the leader class figure, but this Voyager class figure is definitely not bad. It's pretty amazing, actually. There you go, folks. Hope you enjoyed this little video review. This has been the Transformers Premier Edition Voyager class Megatron. Thanks for watching.